Final game of the season, and then this monstrosity is finally finished. Hello? Ian Desmond, what's up, mate? You want to be in the starting lineup? Well, mate, I want to be in the playoffs. That's not quite how it works, though. You want to trade? Ian, mate, believe me, I've been trying. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 10 at the Colorado Rockies, and what is mercifully the final game of the 2020 season. It's been a disaster, but it will all end today. Hopefully, we will still have a job next season. Now, the news since last episode, among other things, is that Ian Desmond has said he wants a trade, which, to be honest, I've been trying to do anyway. He's 35, he's on $15 million a year. Next season, it drops down to 8. And we have an opt-out. I don't think that opt-out is for the 2022 season. I don't think it's for next season. I would love to get him out of the club. I really, really would. I might even I'll try and put him on waivers. We will try and get him out. That's what he wants. But yeah, we'll have to sort of wait and see exactly what becomes of him. Now, I don't want to waste too much time going through how we've done since last episode. This is sort of the home screen. It hasn't gotten any better. We've now lost 100 games this season. We've won 9 of 27 since last episode, and it continues to be pitching that's the problem. Thank you for all the advice I've been getting, comments, and on the Discord. There is a link to the Discord in the description if you want to go and join in on that. It's easy to have a little bit more sort of in-depth flowing conversation on Discord than in comments, obviously. This is how we've got on. I'll give you a quick look so you can see. We left off... Where did we leave off here? Against the Rangers. That win wasn't it? You can see we won 1 of 4 against the Braves. We won 2 of 4 against the Mets. We lost game 1, but we did manage to win 2 in a row. The Indians, we won 1 of 3. The Cubs, we won 2 of 3, and then we won 1, and I think that's called a win streak. I'm not 100% sure. We asked the owner, but he wasn't sure either. So we won 3 in a row, then we lost 2 in a row. 1 of 2 against the Dodgers, which, to be fair, isn't bad. And then it all started to go a little bit wrong. We got swept by the Cubs. We got swept by the Dodgers, and we've won 1 of 2 against the Diamondbacks as we come into this final game of the season. What I wanted to focus on today is a couple of things. If you go to lineups, the 2 players we've sort of through the Discord written off Hampson as a center fielder. I'm going to try him as a shortstop. I don't know. He's just going to be a utility player for us, I think. So we'll just we'll see what we can get out of him. But the 2 options for center field, and I do think we maybe need to look at getting someone in the over the off season. But David Dahl was there this season. I don't know if he's worth persisting with. How much better he'll get given that he's been here for sort of most of the season. And the other option that I can see is Tapia, perhaps, as a center fielder if we were to sort of use him in that role, train him in that role. But yeah, they're sort of the 2, but I do think maybe we need to look to get somebody in. But otherwise, I'm relatively happy with the team that we have. You can see Trevor Story's back as well, which is excellent news. But yeah, I'm relatively happy with this side of the team. The problem is obviously pitching. Now we've got Gray and Marquez to come back for next season. So I think we look to keep them. Outside of that, I don't know who we keep and who we get rid of. There was a good point made in the comments, I think. I think it was comments to not have any extreme fly ball pitches. The only one that we have of those is Wade Davis, and we wanted to get all fly ball pitches. We wanted to get rid of him anyway, and I think can we get rid of him at the end of this season? He has a player opt-out, so hopefully he will opt out at the end of the season because we don't want him anyway. So, again, $17 million, 35. We have better ways to spend that money. But yeah, ultimately, I don't know who we should look to keep. ERA plus is something that I've been told is a good thing to look at. Valdez is still above 100, but he spent a lot of the season away from us. And the only other one there is Blake Vyman, again, who did spend some of the season away. If we look at WAR, I mean, most of them are negative. Some of the starting pitchers, Valdez, Lambert, Hoffman, are sort of relatively good in terms of a positive WAR. But yeah, let me know what you guys think we need to do in terms of pitching. I mean, none of the ERAs are particularly spectacular. The whips, again, Lambert is decent. I think that's acceptable, isn't it? Valdez is maybe acceptable, but there's nobody else really. Vyman as well is maybe acceptable. Yeah, so that's what we have. I don't know. Any thoughts? But next episode we'll play through the winter, obviously, and we'll look to strengthen for next season. We've got a lot of strengthening to do. Now, there is one other thing we need to look at coming into this final game. And that is that coming into this final game, Arenado has 2 chances to set records. The first is WAR. He is tied at 9.3 with Larry Walker for WAR for a single season. Now, I don't know if it's possible to get a .1 in a single game, but if he can, then he would set a record for that. And the other record, he's currently in a 3-way tie, though for some reason on top, but a 3-way tie on home runs with 49. Could he get a 50th home run of the season and set a new Colorado Rockies record? Those are 2 things to keep an eye out on. But let's go have a look at these lineups for the final game, mercifully, the final game of this season. And this is it, and these matchups don't look too bad. It's going to be Hampson leading us off at second. It's David Dahl batting second in center field. It's going to be Arenado batting third at third. It is Brendan Rodgers at shortstop batting 4. Tapia bats 5. He's in left field. Evan White, the first baseman, bats 6. Palenko in right field bats 7. Sergeant Jeffers, the catcher, bats 8. It's going to be Peter Lambert on the mound for one last time this season. His ERA is 5.18. He has a losing record, but he could even that up today with a win. We're up against Merrill Kelly. We can see him there. His ERA is roughly what you'd expect from a Rockies pitcher at 5 and a third. Whip of 120, ERA plus in the 84, and a positive WAR, 0.9. So yeah, let's go see how we do here. Alright, it's going to be Starling Marte to lead them off. He is batting 259 this season. He's up against Lambert, and well, yeah, we'll see how we do here. Now, obviously, there's been the expanded roster. We did have a look at a few players. Nevin, a first baseman, we called in. He's done okay, only just okay, though. On the pitching side of things, we called back in Tyler Tice. I think his name's Tyler Tice. There's the ground ball to Arenado. Is that his .1 of a WAR? We'll never know. That is 1 away. First pitch, 1 out. Love that. Peralta comes in, batting 291. 1-1's the count. And that is past Evan White and into right field. So that's not ideal. Who else? I can't remember who else we caught in. There'll be one other. Oh, Trevor Story came back in, so we put him straight back in into the squad. Lambert, I thought it was going to be a strikeout, but no, it's going to be caught by Arenado. That's 2 away. Runner stays at first. And there's probably somebody else. Oh, no, Tice. It would be Tice, Nevin, and Story. That would be the 3, wouldn't it? And Sergeant Jeffers cannot stop the runner taking second, and it's Varsho now coming in, batting 277. 2-0's the count. Runner at second, 2 away, and that might score a run. It's into center field. Dahl, how's your arm, mate? It's not that good. Is it that good? No, it's not quite that good. And that is a 1-run lead to the Diamondbacks, top of the first. An RBI single, a 2-out RBI single, which is almost the most annoying of the RBI singles. Christian Walker comes in now, batting 234. In a bit of a hot streak. There goes the runner. Can Sergeant Jeffers get him? No, not quite. And again, we have a runner at second for Christian Walker now. 2-2. 2 away. That's 3 away. That ends the first. Lambert with the strikeout. And, well, we'll go and have a bat now, boys. Hampton's going to lead us off. He is batting 287 this season. He has 249 career hits. He has a milestone upcoming. Can he get it today? Oh, 1-0's the count. But that is popped up and will be caught there in left field. And that will be 1 away. Going to bring in David Dahl now, who has had a wonderful season, batting 339 this season. 1-0's the count on him. What can David Dahl do? He has grounded at the second, and that'll be 2 away for Arenado. He has 198 hits this season. He has 49 home runs this season. Can he do something about those numbers? No, he cannot, as he holds off strike 3, and that'll do it for the first. We're 1-0 down, and it's going to be Jake Lamb coming up to face Peter Lambert. He's batting 233 as this guy. 0-2's the count. Take a seat, mate. That's 1 away. And Nick Ahmed comes in now, batting 247 this season. 1-1 is the count. That is lined out there to Rodgers at shortstop. That's 2 away. And Cole Calhoun comes up now, batting 212 this season. 0-1's the count. And into the shift. That should do it. Hampson over to first. And that is the end of the top of the second. A much, much better innings, that one. All right, Brendan Rodgers to lead us off, batting 295. Could he sneak himself into the 300s with a good day today? And that's a good way to start, mate. Rips it down the left field line. That should be a double for Brendan Rodgers. It is, as he stands up at second. And a leadoff double. You love to see that. Brings in Tapia now. Let's see what Tapia can do. Batting 308 this year. He's been the quiet achiever of the side. Had a really, really good season, and he's hit that into right field, sorry. I don't think it's going to score Rodgers as he held up. Rodgers, why are you going home? Tapia gets the second, but Rogers is thrown out at the plate. It's probably just a single for Tapia, isn't it? And Evan White comes in, batting .301 this season. Again, quietly had a good year. Evan White grounds at the shortstop. And that gets Tapia over to third, but it's 2 away. And it's going to be up to Palenko now, who's batting .244 this season to try and drive in a run. Palenko can't get it done, grounds at the second. And, well, you can't help but be annoyed that Rogers got himself thrown out at the plate, can you? Anyway, it's Merrill Kelly, the pitcher, coming up. He's batting .250 this year, which isn't too bad for it's not too bad for anybody, really. And there's a strikeout to get things underway. Lambert's having a good day so far. 3 strikeouts. Marte comes back up. He's 0 for 1 today. 2-0's the count. Ground ball to Arenado, over to first mate, and that'll do it for 2 away. This is good stuff, really good stuff. Peralta comes back in. He's 1 for 1 today. He scored their run, I think, too, didn't he? That is hit into right field. That's going to be 2 for 2. Palenko has it, gets it in. And that's a 2-out single. In comes another Marte, Ketel Marte, who is 0 for 1. 2 and 2's the count, and there's a strikeout to end the third. This is good stuff from Lambert. A shame it's not come on the final day when nothing's to play for. It's going to be Sergeant Jeffers now batting .243. 1 and 2's the count on him, and Jeffers watches strike 3 go past. And in comes Lambert to bat. He is 2 for 34 this season, so don't hold your breath waiting for a hit here. 2 and 2's the count. The thing in your hand, mate. Try swinging it next time around. It brings up Hampson, who is 0 for 1. 2 and 2's the count on him, and Hampson watches strike 3. Guys, Crab, have a word, mate. Tell him to try swinging the bat. It might work a little bit better for us. Varsho comes up. He's 1 for 1 with the RBI. 0 and 1's the count. And that is a ground ball to Hampson. Over to Evan White, and that is 1 away. We've seen before, of course, that our pitchers look good until they suddenly really don't look good anymore. 2 and 1's the count on Walker. That's up the middle, and that is an easy play for Hampson. 2 away. And it brings up Jake Lamb again, who is 0 for 1. 1 and 0's the count. That's popped up, is it? Yes, it is. It's going to be Rogers at shortstop that makes the play. That ends the top of the 4th. Still 1-0 down. David Dahl comes up to bat. He's 0 for 1 today. 3 and 1's the count. Dahl draws the leadoff walk. That's useful. In comes Arenado. 0 for 1 today. Arenado up the middle. That's hit 199 for the season. Could he dare bring up the 200th hit with his 50th home run? Break records galore. Arenado extends his hit streak to 16 games, and it's Rogers now, who is 1 for 1 with 2 on and no one out. Rogers pops it up. Is it deep enough to get Dahl over to third? He's going for it, and he is going to get there. So with 1 away, we have runners at the corners for Tapia. Can he drive in a run? He's 1 for 1 today. 3 and 0's the count. He draws a walk to load the bases. And it's Evan White now with a chance. He is 0 for 1 today. Can he drive in? It's 3 and 0. Walk in a run. They've walked in the tying run. It's 1-1 now. Bases are still loaded. It's still 1 away, and it's Palenko who is 0 for 1. He has 28 home runs this season. Could he dare dream of another one? He hasn't hit a home run, but he has driven it to the right centre fence. That scores 1. It scores 2. Is it going to clear the bases for us? It is, but not in quite the way we would have hoped. We've got another man thrown out the plate. It's a 2 RBI double for Palenko. We're up 3-1 now. Jeffers with a runner at third. Can he drive that man in? They've walked him. They're trying to get to the pitching slot. Smart. Lambert now, what can he do? Try swinging the bat. 2 and 2's the count. He does swing the bat. He pops it up. And shortstop will make the play in shallow center field. And that ends the innings, but not before we get 3. We've taken the lead, and let's see if Lambert can protect it now. Ahmed, who's 0 for 1, comes in. 1 and 0's the count on him. That is a ground ball. Rogers has it over to first. 1 away. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done. Calhoun comes in now. He's 0 for 1. A first pitch swing from him. That is ripped into right field. Palenko will field it off the wall, and that should be a double. Hopefully nothing more. Good throw from Palenko. And that is a man at second. If we can get 1 out, pitching slot should be up soon, shouldn't it? This is the pitching slot. First pitch swing. Is he going to lay down a bunt? No, he has a swing. Palenko barely has to move. Now, can he keep the runner at second? Yes, he can. So that is useful. Marte, who's 0 for 2, comes in now to face Lambert. Another first pitch swing. That should do it. Rogers has it over to White, and that is the end of the top of the 5th. We still have our lead. Alright, can we extend it? Hampson now, 0 for 2 today. First pitch, lays down a bunt. It's not a particularly good one down the first base line, and he is out at first. It's going to bring up David Dull, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. 1-0 is the count. David Dull hits that well into centre field. Fielded on the hop by the centre fielder out there. And it's a 1-out single. Alright, it is Arenado. 199 hits for the season. 49 home runs. And he has hit into a double play, has he? No, just the one. It's not going to be a hit, of course, though, that one. Brendan Rodgers now with 2 out, 1 on. He's 1 for 2 today. 1 and 2's the count. Brendan Rodgers grounds at the shortstop. That'll end the innings. It's still 3-1 to the Rockies. We are through 5. And does Lambert continue? He does. He's going to face Peralta, who is 2 for 2. 2 and 2's the count. That's a ground ball. Arenado has that over to first mate, and that is 1 away. Now, we're not going to know if Arenado has what's it called, the WAR until after the game, are we? As Marte comes in. Full count on him. That is lined straight to Evan White. That's 2 away. And Varsho comes up. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI. 0 and 2's the count. And that'll do it for the innings. Top of the 6th is done. Lambert has done a really, really good job today. A really good job. Tapia to lead us off. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. 0 and 2's the count. Tapia takes the 0-2 pitch into right field, and that's going to be a leadoff single. Can we get a few insurance runs here, I wonder? Evan White, who is 0 for 1, but with an RBI. A first pitch swing. Oh, Tapia, you idiot. What a muppet. Thrown out at first. And Evan White now with 1 out, no one on. White pops her up. Easy play for the catcher. Oh no, first baseman. Somebody makes the play there in foul territory. That's 2 away. And it's going to be Palenko, who is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Of course, he hit that double last time, or triple, I think, in the end, wasn't it? But he only got credited for the double. That's popped up into centre field, though. That'll end the 6th. We go to the 7th. Still just that 2-run lead. That is far too slim for a Rockies team to try and hold on to. It's going to be Walker, who's 0 for 2. Now, pitching slot bats next innings. If Lambert can get this innings out of him, then that will be wonderful. That is surely what Bruce is looking to do. Tapia's made a catch without... I thought he said a torn muscle or something there. Lambert, 74 pitches in now to face Lamb, who's 0 for 2. A full count. That is popped up. It should be caught out there by David Dahl. That'll be 2 away. And can we get this final out of Nick Ahmed, who's 0 for 2. Another full count. 2 out, no one on. That is a ground ball to Evan White. And Lambert, that should do it for him. And that is a wonderful, wonderful inning. 7 innings pitched. Or outing, I should say, not innings. 7 innings pitched. 1 run, 4 hits. Well done. Sergeant Jeffers to lead us off. He's 0 for 1. And what can we do? Jeffers pops it up. Now, do we pinch hit Lambert? Or does he stay in this game? He stays in the game. Crab, you're aware that he's a Rockies pitcher. Full count. Lambert gets so close to getting on base. That's 2 away. Hampson now, who's 0 for 3. 0 and 1's the count. Hampson pops it up. Is it going to drop in? It is not. And that will end the 7th. We are still just 3-1 up. And this is still far too tight for our Rockies to hang on to, isn't it? It's Calhoun back up, who's 1 for 2 today. 0 and 2's the count. Oh, Lambert gets the pop-up. It should be caught there. It's going to be Evan White that makes the play. That's 1 away. And that is a pinch hitting now. Josh Rojas comes in. He is batting .207 this season. It's a first pitch swing. Come on, Lambert. That is popped up. David Dull goes back. He should have a simple catch out there. That is 2 away. We need 4 more outs. Could Lambert... We couldn't have a complete game, could we? What is this witchcraft? Marte comes in. 1 for 1. Or 1 and 1, I should say. And that is going to be caught out there by Palenko. And we are going into the 9th with at least a 2-run lead. It's going to be Branco coming in for them. David Dahl to lead us off. Arenado is going to get 1 more chance to break the Rockies record for home runs. And David Dahl is going to give him an extra RBI if he does it. It's a leadoff single for David Dahl. And this is it, Arenado. This is your moment. He's 1 for 3 today. 2 and 2's the count. And Arenado pops it up. And he will not break the home runs record. And he will be stuck on 199 hits for the season. In comes Rodgers, who is 1 for 3. 1 and 2's the count on him. Rogers goes through strike 3. Tapia now, he's 2 for 2 with a walk. 1-0's the count. Tapia gets it through the shift. Can Dull get himself over to third? He can, and it's runners at the corners. It's going to be Evan White with a chance to give us an insurance run here. He's 0 for 2 today. 0-1's the count. Evan White pops it up, and that'll do it. We go to the 9th. We have a 2-run lead, and is Lambert going to go for the complete game? He is, and he's up against Peralta, who is 2 for 3. 3-1 is the count, and that has gotten through, and the tying run will come to the plate. We have Davis, of course, as the closer. He's just as bad. It's going to be Almonte coming in. Interesting choice with an ERA of over 6. He's going to face Marte. 1-2 is the count. 1 on, no one out. The batter at the plate is the tying run. That's popped up. Hampson's there. Hampson makes the play. That's 1 away. Almonte to face Varsho now, who's 1 for 3. Another first pitch swing. He's hit him. And that puts the go-ahead run at the plate. This is more like the Rockies we know and love, isn't it? Walker now, who's 0 for 3. A double play will do it. 2-2's the count. Oh, that's 2 away. A nice pitch there from Almonte. And they're down to their final out. 0 for 3 is Jake Lamb. 1-1's the count. It's a ground ball. And we finished on a high. We've won on the final day of the season. We need to start showing every game on YouTube, don't we? We couldn't win it. We couldn't score a run on YouTube at the start of the season. Now we can't stop winning. But Lambert, an absolute star on the day. He's only 23 as well. I think just off of that performance, just generally through the year, his ERA has been one of the, if not the best that we've had. So he, I think, is somebody that will be back next season in the starting rotation. But ultimately, that ends what has been an extremely disappointing season for us. We couldn't even get Arenado across the line with his home runs record, though he does, look at that, lead the league in RBIs. He's second in home runs, only 1 away from topping that. Batter WAR 9.4. So that means did he get the record? It was 9.3 before, wasn't it? Let's have a quick look. So yeah, Arenado does have a new single season record for WAR. Now that does beg the question, MVP. He has surely got to be in the conversation with those numbers. I mean, it's a disgrace that he's in our team, to be honest, but surely with those sorts of numbers, he has to be in the conversation. RBI leader, second in home runs, top of WAR. Where is he? His batting average wasn't too bad. It's, well, so what, 340 for Dull, who's second, which is excellent, but he's 316, which might let him down a little bit. But let me know what you think in the comments. Could we be looking at an MVP in Nolan Arenado? But guys, that does it for the season. Like I say, it's been the worst season I've ever had playing this game. Thank Christ it's finished. And, well, next episode we'll have our end of season awards, and then we'll look to build and go again. As I've said many, many times, I'm relatively happy with the hitting side of things. I think we need a centre fielder, as you guys have pointed out to me. Trevor Story should be able to come in and play shortstop. And it's the pitching that we need to have a really big rethink about. So, yeah, let me know what you guys would think we should be doing. But until next time, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed that, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next season for our end of season awards. Take care.